What is going on, nerds? It's the NFT Scoop. You're here with Scoop Anchor, and you know what time it is. It is the channel that brings you the inside scoop on all things going on in NFT land. We're talking market updates, weekly news, the hottest projects, whale watching, winners, losers, and of course, a little sprinkle of alpha from time to time. Today, we've got plenty to cover off, including a $1 billion NFT. What? An NFT that makes you fly, literally. The first ever New York City office building sold as an NFT, and a 400 ETH reward given to a hacker. Plus, of course, the NFT Scoops weekly winners and losers. Stay tuned to find out more. But before we dive in, if you haven't already, support the Scoop for free by giving the video a like and hitting that subscribe bell to stay updated with all the latest from the space. Now, if you like what you see and you want even more extended content, make sure you go and sign up to the NFT Scoop newsletter, dropping into your inbox totally free twice a week with more flavor than a 3-scoop cone. Now we've got the housekeeping out the way, let's dive in to today's episode. So first up, let's have a look at the overall state of the market. And well, it's nice to see that the overall sentiment and feeling towards the NFT market is picking up over the last week or two. It would still appear that we are pretty cold though, considering that just a few weeks ago, the overall sentiment had a score of 8. Yes, 8. We'll take 21 as a pretty positive move this week. Now, in essence, the overall NFT population feels twice as good about the market. So in true DGN style, LF freaking G. Now, floors have been on the rise for certain projects, demonstrating that even in a choppy market, major pumps and bullish movements are still live and kicking. One project in particular that we covered a few weeks back has stolen the show this week, and that's Digigaigaku. If you recall, the project's floor price mooned on the announcement that its parent company Limit Break had received $200 million in funding to build a Web3 game. Now, on September 15th, the Digigaigaku Genesis floor dumped down to as low as 6 ETH, and at the time of writing today, the floor has rocketed back up to 13.69 ETH. On top of that, earlier this month, holders of the Digigaigaku were airdropped a Digigaigaku Spirit, which now has a floor price of around 6 ETH. Not a bad ROI. As of tomorrow, holders of Digigaigaku Spirits, as seen here, will be able to burn them in order to receive a Digigaigaku Hero. The founder, Gabrielle Layden, has gained a serious following over the last few weeks on Twitter and absolutely loves posting memes that speak to Web3 culture. More importantly, however, he recently predicted how one day soon we could see a $1 billion priced single NFT. Now, here's an extract from a recent podcast that he did that shares his ideas as to why and how that could happen. So Layden said, quote, "People still think in terms of $20 bills. It's very important to have SKUs at $19.99. Anybody who makes products will tell you that. So Ethereum is a huge reset on all of that. Now, it's 1 ETH, 1 ETH. It is the biggest in-app purchase you can do is $100, and that's limited by Apple. Google also copied this. Yet you see these Bored Apes selling for $2 million. Now, all the behavior that you're seeing on ETH with profile pictures, $500,000, $2 million, all of that behavior is pre-existing behavior. People have been spending tremendous amounts of money in games forever. But they did it through credit cards. They did it through in-app purchases. Ethereum is the equivalent to an instant wiring system, and it allows people to express their behavior, their pre-existing behavior, in more upfront ways. And the potential for desire for an item is worldwide. What price does it go to? $1 billion? $1 billion NFT? And it's hard to imagine, but we already saw a $70 million NFT. So 14x more than what we've already seen with only 60,000 active wallets. Is that really that crazy? End quote. Well, as far as the crypto markets go, ETH has pulled back following the merge, which was to be expected given the macro environment. Now, ETH currently sits at a price of $1,333. With ETH pulling back in dollar value with further downtrends to be expected, this will likely reprice a number of blue chips when pricing it in dollar value. As we can see from the blue chip index in ETH terms, it has risen slightly over the past 7 days, but in terms of dollar value, it has trended downwards. Now, if ETH continues to tumble following the merge hype and macro conditions, expect opportunities to scoop up some blue chip NFTs at a pretty bargain price. Next up, it's time for the NFT Scoops of the week, the hottest stories from across the space. And first up, an NFT that makes you fly. Well, the TravelX platform has launched NF tickets. NFTs that make you fly. Yes, please, but how the hell does this work? Well, TravelX is a marketplace for tokenized travel products, which went live on Wednesday with the offering of an inventory of the low cost Argentine airline Fly Bondi. The platform currently offers 2.5 million tickets. The tickets are then tokenized and when they're purchased are then converted into NFTs, which are called NF tickets. Following the purchase of an NF ticket, customers will then be able to auction, sell, transfer, gift, or exchange them through a peer-to-peer system on TravelX. Users will be able to fund the TravelX wallet, which will also manage the NF tickets, and you will also have the option to pay via Binance Pay. To purchase tickets on the platform, users can fund the TravelX wallet, which also serves to manage the NF tickets, or pay via Binance Pay. Diaz added that the company is in talks to integrate other exchanges. Now, TravelX is built on the Algorand blockchain and made its infrastructure open so that other companies, such as exchanges or marketplaces, can use TravelX's APIs to create their own marketplaces. Now, within 6 to 12 months, the platform hopes to incorporate the inventory of more than 60 airlines, with special focus on Latin American and European operators. In 2023, the company will focus more on the US and the Middle East. In November, the company closed an $11 million seed round led by Borderless Capital, said Diaz, who added that it plans to raise a Series A funding round in early 2023. Next up, OpenSea are introducing some subtle changes. Now, normally when OpenSea hit the headlines, it's usually for negative reasons as opposed to positive ones. Well, the latest update that's hit the website is a bit of a positive. We think so, anyway. The new cover of each project states creator fee, percentage of collection listed, and percentage of unique owners. Of course, this is not the sniping tool of the century. However, for newer people entering our world, this could prove to be a very useful tool. This isn't also just limited to newer people to the space. If you wanted to just have a general gist of the project, this new information provided on the face without searching comes in handy for the following reasons. So what can we tell by the percentage of collection listed? Well, you can form an immediate opinion of the bullishness of the project. You can determine if it's a quick flip or even if the project is about to break through a sell wall. And as for the percentage of unique owners, well, this allows you to identify if the project is involved in potential wash trading. Also, if the project has a high spread of the distribution, this will aid in protecting small holders from erratic floor price changes due to a large holder dumping their NFTs. Next, a New York office has been purchased as an NFT. Just to remove any ambiguity, yes, an NFT has been purchased regarding a New York office. However, this purchase is strictly NFT only and does not, unfortunately, come with any physical keys to any office. What is significant about this purchase, however, is that this NFT is the first ever NFT office building sold in New York City. The 16-story NFT sold for 1 ETH was created by spatial intelligence company Integrated Projects and questions the function of architecture in real estate and the metaverse. And it turns out perhaps white hat hacking really does pay the bills. There's an old rumor that's gone around the block many times, and that's that if you hack the government, you either end up on the payroll or in a cell. Well, in Web3, what happens if you're a white hat hacker and detect a critical $400 million vulnerability? Well, Arbitrum has the answer. They rewarded white hat hacker OX Riptide with 400 ETH after detecting a critical $400 million vulnerability. We're unsure exactly what this vulnerability was. However, if any of our viewers out there are in any way skilled in this field, make sure you put them to good and proper use, as out there lies some pretty handsome rewards. Funko has partnered up with Warner Brothers for an upcoming DC Comics NFT release. The 30K collection, known as Brave and the Bold, will be sold on Walmart's website at Walmart CollectorCon from the 7th of October. Now, the physical/digital project will be a combination of physical and digital comic book collectibles, meaning the Brave and the Bold available both in printed form and as an NFT. Sometimes NFTs don't have to be investments. Some can certainly be a nostalgia purchase or one that is just for personal pleasure. And we feel that this partnership ticks that box nicely. On to the Scoops weekly winner this week, and this project has been in the headlines before for both good and bad reasons. From the highs of blue chip potential to the lows of the founder admitting to being part of 3 previous rugged projects, causing the floor price to nosedive. Well, this time it's back in the newsletter for positive reasons and is taking home this week's winner status. Azuki, welcome back to the winner's podium. As always, the rumor mill causes action, and in Azuki's case, there has certainly been action. It's been reported that the project is set to welcome $30 million of fundraising. The result of this has sent the floor rocketing from 7.5 ETH to 11.7 ETH. This follows the recent fundraising brought in by blue chip project Doodles, which you'll remember our report on. So we've nailed down this week's weekly winner, but what about the flip side? Who has got absolutely wrecked this week? Well, when 140 people come forward stating their invested money has vanished, alarm bells start ringing. Unfortunately, in this instance, answers aren't immediately present. However, action has already been taken. Aidan Pletasy, king of crypto, welcome to Wrecked. The king of crypto and his company AP Private Equity Limited are set to face a minimum of 2 civil lawsuits after 140 investors have said they invested a combined $35 million with him. The 23-year-old has had his vehicle collection, which includes BMWs, McLarens, and a Lamborghini, seized since the allegations were made. Rough times. And that's a wrap for this week's NFT Scoop. Thanks for tuning in, guys. As always, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hitting that bell down below so you don't miss anything from the Scoop. And if you haven't already, join the thousands who subscribe to the NFT Scoop newsletter for extended content, further insights, and a healthy dose of truly terrible memes. Till next time, peace.